What did you think? You like your hustle tonight?
Oh yeah, I thought we worked hard. I thought once we stopped approaching the game with just a playmaking mindset and a little bit more take what's given, and against a team they're real good through the neutral zone, so you force plays, they're dangerous in transition. They got a ton of skill. So I thought once we just made the plays that were there and didn't try to invent them, played more in the offensive zone and did a good job. Obviously we got to clean up special teams and penalty kill. That's a dangerous power play, but overall I thought it was pretty solid. Proud of the way they battled back. Just got to be a little sharper starting through the first half.
Yeah, 5-on-5 play was, I thought, really good for you guys. It seems like you guys are finally hitting your stride there. Kind of talk about how you feel like they did on 5-on-5 tonight.
Yeah, I thought we generated a lot of looks. We got to make sure we're committed to breaking pucks out. I find when we stall coming out of the zone, or if we get too east-westy in the neutral zone, that's when we stall our momentum and create problems. But we play downhill, we come back and support, and then we play downhill. I thought we had a lot of good minutes 5-on-5, so in that aspect I liked it. And then, like you said, it's just obviously tough to get a 4-minute penalty and a 5-on-3 in there against the power play with, I think, the leading goal scorer in the league, right? So, but yeah, 5-on-5 play, lots of good. Can tighten some things up, of course, but things to build on. And again, proud of the way they fought back in the third.
And you took those two critical games up there in Bellows. Do you think you're kind of coming back around here?
Oh, our team's changed so much, so I don't think it's like trying to find what we had. We're trying to find who we are now. It's a lot different personnel. Half our decor is different, and we've got a ton of new people up front as well. So I think we're dangerous offensively. I think we have to understand what brings us success to a little bit more consistently. But I like where our 5-on-5 game's at for the most part. When we get light, because we're a smaller lineup, we just are. But that you can't allow yourself to get light there. There's still minimum level of physical engagement that skill players need to bring. When that goes away, it can get tough. But when we're there, I think we got, like you said, something going. Hopefully, a little confidence with some results here.
Yeah. Now, Luca Pinelli, his first pro points tonight. Kind of talk about what he brought to the game tonight.
Yeah, I thought he was dynamic. Him, Dumais, and Hunter were probably our best line tonight. I thought the first period he was figuring out where the time and space is, and a couple blue line turnovers where like I said, those are big, good defensemen that squeeze at the line and they force you to make decisions there. And I thought he got forced into a couple poor decisions early, and then he got better. And by the end of it, I thought he was real outstanding. I mean, first AHL game and a couple points and dynamic like that. So happy to have him in a real solid start.
Yeah, and you only had him for a few days for practice, right? Or like one practice?
Right now?
Yeah. Well, leading into tonight.
Yeah, he practiced once in up on the road trip with us, and that was it. But we had him we had him the whole playoff run with us last year.
Right.
He didn't play, but he was with us, so I think he got a good understanding of how we work and what's expected, and a little bit of the pro pace and that type of thing.
How do you decide when you have someone for such a short amount of time where they're going to slot in to the team on lines wise?
I guess what's working there. We had some good games up in the road trips, so some things you don't want to disrupt. We had a couple guys under the weather today, so that made the decision pretty easy. And and trial and error at this point. But from those three playing together, we're probably won't be changing that tomorrow.
So first pro game, first pro points. What was it like to kind of just get that out of the way?
Yeah, it was good. Obviously, I thought at first it was a little rough, but started to pick it up and got comfortable with it.
And how were you able to make that transition from the OHL right into the AHL with only like one practice under your belt?
Obviously it's a quick turnaround, but I think my mentality going in is just play the way I know how to play, so I thought I did that.
Yeah, now you gelled pretty well with your line. You guys were outstanding tonight. How are you able to cultivate that kind of chemistry like right off the bat?
Yeah, obviously, Doomer and McCown are great players, so they make it easy. So I thought, we started connecting there in the second and third, and
What are you hoping to bring to the Monsters during this last stretch of games?
My compete, my skill, my IQ. Just bringing that, just being tenacious on the puck all the times.
You look not nervous out there in your first AHL game. Were there butterflies, or are you just playing hockey?
I would say just playing hockey. I treat it like any other game, so
I don't know what the crowd is like in Ottawa for the OHL. Have you played in front of a crowd kind of like this before? Because it was kind of wild out there.
Obviously, I was here last year as well. And they got amazing fans. They're really loud, passionate. So it's great to have that, them behind us.
Just kind of walk us through what happened with them and how you were able to make them work.
Yeah, first one, I was just taking my turn in front of the net, saw a Cowboy coming down the wall, kind of gave him a little bit of a shooting lane, and then the rebound was just bouncing around and found its way to my stick, so I was lucky enough to put that one in. And then second one, I just seen a little bit of room to skate in, and think they were taking away the pass, so took my shot and was happy that one went in as well.
Yeah, so between Wednesday night and tonight, it seems like you guys are really starting to hit your stride at the right time, I feel like, because you guys are very close to getting into the playoffs there and staying in. What is the difference between these past two games and the past, month?
I think it's probably just a mindset thing. I think we know that it's going to be a tight battle the rest of the way, and we want to get as many points as possible to put ourselves in the best situation to, whether it's second, third, just be in a great playoff spot and hold that for the rest of the year.
I know that you've got quite a few new guys, but you and some of the other guys are here from last year. Do you think that experience in pressure games is helping you down the stretch here?
Absolutely. I think for all the guys that were in it last year, it's a lot of lessons we can bring over to this year. And, whether it's the game's going good or the game's going bad, you kind of got to keep your head in the right space and just focus on the next shift and, going out and doing your job.
And now, Coach did mention that with the turnover that there's been from the beginning of the season to now, you guys are trying to find what your identity is now. It's not obviously the same as it was a month ago, 2 months ago. What do you feel like that identity is now?
We have a lot of really skilled high-end players, so I think just using our speed, getting in on the forecheck, creating turnovers, and then allowing our offensive instincts to take over in the offensive zone. I thought tonight we did a great job of holding on to the puck and, cycling it, going low to high and getting pucks to the net and bodies to the net. And we had a lot of great opportunities, so we're going to have to do the same thing tomorrow.